Hey, a new rumor seems to suggest that Marvel Studios may be very close to bringing back some of those fan favorite Netflix characters. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Comic Book Nostalgia. I'm CB Nostalgia, and we have a little update from Marvel Studios. Well, earlier today we got a bit of a rumor report, and I want to be clear, this is a rumor. But it seems that Marvel Studios may be really close to not only bringing back some of those Netflix characters, but having deals actually closed with several of the actors. So I thought it would be a good time to dive into the story and see what's going on. Before we break it down, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. Also, don't forget about the big giveaway. We got this PlayStation 5 to give away at 25,000 subscribers. All you have to do to get in on the giveaway is be a subscriber and leave a comment. Now, before we dig into this report, once again, this is a rumor, and it should be taken with a grain of salt. The story is sourced at the Hashtag Show, who's hit a couple of scoops, especially around casting news in the past, but they've also missed a couple here and there, so decide for yourself what you think of these details. Now, we all knew when those Marvel Netflix show characters had their rights revert back to Marvel Studios, it was only a matter of time before we started to see them in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And according to this report, Marvel has some plans in place, at least for some of them. Now, according to this report over at the Hashtag Show, Marvel Studios is actually planning on bringing back several characters. These include Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock, John Bernthal as the Punisher, Kristen Ritter as Jessica Jones, and Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin. However, there is a bit of a catch. Apparently, we're going to see the same actors in their respective roles. But these four people will not be playing the versions of the characters from Netflix. Instead, they'll be portraying new MCU versions. This means all of those now canceled shows that ran on Netflix are completely considered non-canon in the MCU and once again thrown on the junk heap of Marvel television. This probably really shouldn't surprise a lot of people if it's true, but it's actually the part of the report that I find a little dubious. Now, the Hashtag Show goes on to say that their appearances will be spread across Phase 4 and Phase 5, with Charlie Cox expected to return in Spider-Man No Way Home, and John Bernthal and Kristen Ritter are expected to appear in some kind of Disney Plus series. They also go on to say that the Kingpin, played by Vincent D'Onofrio, will be a pivotal part of that Echo series that was just recently announced. They also suggest he may even make a small appearance in that Hawkeye series, which actually wrapped up shooting today. Now, as for Luke Cage and Iron Fist, apparently they will be recast. But no specific word on some other characters like Elektra, Misty Knight, and Colleen Wing, who fans loved. Now, as we break this down, like we said, it's a rumor, and I find the report somewhat questionable. We've been getting a deluge of Marvel rumors for a while about these Netflix characters ever since most of the rights returned. I do think Marvel Studios is pretty keen to keep some of these actors that the fans really love in the MCU, but I'm not too sure about rendering bits or parts of the previous shows just not canon anymore. It seems like that could be very confusing to some fans and not something Kevin Feige would gravitate towards doing. Now, I'm not against it. Anything we really need to do to bring back some of these key players from Netflix, I think probably is a good idea. It just needs to be handled in a way that makes sense and is easy to digest. Like I said, this is a rumor report, so lots and lots of salt. But I'm curious on what you guys think. How do you feel about these four particular actors being brought back to play those parts in the MCU? And do you think it'll create some confusion for fans if Kevin Feige and team nullify those Netflix series? Sound off in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you press like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you don't get any updates. Peace.